Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin has ordered a parliamentary probe into the Akosombo Dam spillage that has left thousands of residents in at least 7 regions displaced and properties running into millions of cities destroyed. A section of the public have criticized the Volta River Authority, which undertook the spillage, for not sensitizing the affected communities enough. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kuku Asante reports.
Parliament had been on recess all this period whilst several communities had been taken over by the floods caused by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. Whilst the human suffering in these communities continue, Parliament is now set to take some action on their behalf. Minority Leader Dr. Kiselato Fosen, in his welcome remarks, announced his side was going to file a private member's motion to demand a probe.
In the last few weeks, Mr. Speaker, we have witnessed arguably the biggest man-made disaster to ever befall our nation. I am referring to the devastation caused by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam by the Volta River Authority. Mr. Speaker, as Minority Caucus, our hearts bleed for all the victims of this man-made disaster, which has rendered several thousands of people homeless and swept away farms, destroyed livelihood of many people in parts of Oti region, Volta region, Eastern region, Greater Accra region, Bono East, Savannah, and Northern regions. Mr. Speaker, the affected communities and regions have yet to recover from the aftermath of this disaster. The conduct of both the government and the Volta River Authority in terms of leading a coordinated emergency response and disaster relief effort leaves much to be desired. Right Honourable Speaker, I conclude by saying that we hereby serve notice that we will present a motion to demand a parliamentary inquiry into the circumstances that led to a man-made disaster of such magnitude.
The Majority Leader Osei Mensah-Bonsu focused on the politicization of the floods, but insisted the VRA must be brought before MPs to answer questions.
The House may have to invite the VRA to brief us on the situation relating to the spillage and all other connected matters. Mr. Speaker, I believe the Minister responsible for water resources and indeed energy as well. It is scary, Mr. Speaker, the extent some Ghanaians, including some MPs, go to politicize every single event in this country. As MPs, one of our core responsibilities is to inform and by that educate the citizenry.
Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin has now ordered that the House conducts an inquiry into the floods and the VRA's actions.
It is unacceptable that an activity as potentially destructive as dam spillage was done without a well thought through security and safety preparedness plan. As such, Parliament will take the necessary action to inquire into the matter and make recommendations for the protection of property and lives living along the Volta River and Lake and other settlements along riverbeds. Honourable members, this is a national assignment, and Parliament should be seen to be leading in finding solutions to this somehow perennial problem confronting the nation.
It is not clear which form exactly this probe that has been ordered by the Speaker will take, but it will normally come in 2 forms. Either a special committee will be constituted with members from either side of the House to look into these matters, or an existing standing committee will be asked to look into these matters. But of course, it must be put on record that the NDC MPs have had some strong words for the Volta River Authority, which they say have spearheaded this man-made disaster in the Volta region. But one thing that has stood out in this matter on the floor of the House is that both sides have spoken about the need for government and other individuals to move in to restore life to normalcy. Reporting for JoyNews, Kuku Asante, Parliament House, Accra.